Senator Abdul Ningi. And Mr. President, I represent Bauchi Central, Bauchi State. Mr. President, when you listen to people, and including our colleagues, this very important chamber, and the catchword is caution. Mr. President, we cannot pretend that those killed are not human beings. Neither can we pretend those killed are Nigerians. Mr. President, this issue has been in the front burner for almost 2 months. And this chamber had a luxury to discuss this matter. I recall the very strong language that my brother Senator Adam Oshimole used, which a cross-section of the media condemned. Mr. President, this chamber is people's chamber. We are representing Nigerians in Nigeria and diaspora. And when you say caution, what do you mean by that? When the government says caution, what does the government mean by that? Caution like that, like how? Nigerians have been killed left, right, and center. And there has never been any action except to condemn this thing by mouth. This xenophobic attack is not done by mouth. It's done physically. You imagine, Mr. President, somebody in his own house, somebody in his own place of business, without no notice, and then mobs begin to chase that man, kill him, burn him. As we are talking today, over 1,200 Nigerians are already being evacuated. And what does the government do? Caution. Caution what? Caution what? Are we not Nigerians? Don't Nigerians deserve to live in other countries? Even if they are armed robbers, even if they are criminals, are they supposed to be killed in that kind of manner? And that's why countries like United States of America is different. And that's why you could see the connection between United States citizens and their country. Here we don't care. It doesn't matter. Yet, the cornerstone of Nigerian foreign policy is Africa. But that has to change. We must show Nigerians in diaspora that we care. We must show that we care, that we have a government that can protect them. Simplicity, Mr. President, talking, lamenting, is not going to take us anywhere. There has to be an action. And actually, let's sever diplomatic relationship with South Africa. Let's sever relationship with South Africa. So if we do that, we are sending a signal. But every time we come here to this chamber, and I like the motion presented by my younger brother Suko. We can't keep quiet, Mr. President. Enough is enough. Silence is no longer golden. A so-called giant of Africa. Our citizens have been killed left, right, and center, and all that we do here is caution. Caution my foot. Pardon me for using that language. There must be an action. And this chamber, Mr. President, must rise to this occasion and tell the federal government that it's enough. Severe relationship with South Africa. Severe complete relationship with South Africa.
Thank you. You have exhausted your time. And I said he was going to speak last, but I can see Senator Babangida was saying he wants to speak. I will give you 1 minute because
Mr. President, thank you. My name is Adam Saliu Shumale. I represent the great people of Edo North in Edo State. I rise to move the following comments by a South African minister to the effect that compensation will not be paid to those Nigerians whose properties were looted, shop burnt, and even life taken. But the government of Nigeria reciprocate by appropriating the profit accruing from South Africa shares in all South Africa companies in Nigeria, including their banks, IBCT, that the money be seized and used to pay Nigerians. Taking into account that this decision to give Nigerians June 30th as deadline was taken by a mob and respected by the government of South Africa. So we can't allow our people to come, we take taxpayers' money to pay compensation when South Africa investment and profit is being taken away. I urge that the profit be appropriated and use it to settle those who have been brutally destroyed, business burnt, life lost.
Thank you.
This does not require any further investigation because the facts are self-evident.
Thank you very much. Before we move ahead with his actual prayer, let me just say one thing. Nobody is happy with what is going on in South Africa. The way those gangs of protesters, or whatever you want to call them, are going about doing what they are doing as we speak is not in line with civility. It's uncivilized. We see what is happening in America, but who is doing that? They call them ICE, a government body moving around to check illegal residents, getting them arrested, and so on and so forth. But now, gangs going around in the name of protesters, persecuting, intimidating people, killing people in the name of protest is not something that should be accepted. It's unacceptable. We cannot allow that. But then, we need to be very careful, as Senator Abdullahi has said, particularly because we lead in Africa. We set the pace. Whatever we need to do, we need to be very careful. Like what Senator Adam Oshobole said, sometimes we don't take things that I've said, on social media or whatever. We need to analyze what is always put out there. I saw what he's talking about. What the minister was saying was that those who live in shacks, illegal settlements, will not be paid anything because they were illegally occupying those areas. But those who have titles, nobody will take those titles away from them. Nobody will take those properties from them. I saw that minister, one female minister. Nobody will take those titles from them. Even if they have been displaced, those properties still belong to them. The titles are in their possession. But that's not an excuse. Why do you even allow them to be displaced in the first place? And what even Senator Yahya is talking about, the government should be bold enough to say, oh, we are being threatened by certain people who are conspiring to destabilize our nation. The president should come out to tell the world. So maybe they have a problem. They are brothers, we helped them before, we can still help them. Maybe we can, after the committee has done its work, maybe you find it necessary to advise the South African government, this is your problem. Come on and tell the world your problem. All right, so let's not put the cart before the horse. I beg you, the former chairman of APC, a respected elder statesman in this country, internationally renowned labor leader, please, let's not put the cart before the horse. Let's allow the committee to do its work. It's being headed by your colleague, your former governor, well experienced, and someone who has the pedigree to do this investigation. Under his, to chair the committee to do this investigation. Let's allow them to do that, and then we can move on. And Senator Yahya, please, can you, add additional prayer that the committee? Well, we don't need a prayer for that. It's their function, it's their committee work. So I beg you, I plead with you, based on your pedigree as a labor leader.
My concern is that this matter was exhaustively debated about a month ago. And this Senate, under your leadership, we took a decision that the issue be investigated by Foreign Affairs. You even suggested, your leadership, that we should send people to South Africa. So it doesn't mean that our decision must coincide with your opinion with profound respect.
Okay, what we do,
You want
we
us
tell
to be
the committee,
careful until the people are killed.
Senator Shobali,
When
the
one man
committee.
monopolize madness, there can be no peace.
Okay, Chairman Committee on Foreign Affairs, you are given 2 weeks to submit your report so that we can take decisive action on this matter. Chairman, is there any member of Foreign Affairs Committee here? Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
So 2 weeks. Chairman, Foreign Affairs Committee. Mr. Chairman, Foreign Affairs Committee. Chairman, Foreign Affairs. Chairman, Foreign Affairs. Please, we would like you to table your report in respect to what is happening, the xenophobic attack against Nigerians and other nationals in South Africa. We would like to have that information so that we can take action on the matter. So we give you 2 weeks to submit your report. So thank you, Senator Shobali, for showing understanding. And let me commend everyone that contributed.
Yahya Abdullahi, representing the good people of Kebinoff. Mr. President, I rise to align myself with all the presentations that have been made by my colleagues. And I also respect their candor and their indignation at what is happening in South Africa today. I also endorse the position, which I have seen with my own eyes, that has been adopted and expressed in this chamber by the distinguished Senator Babangida about the squalor and the lack of funding that is existing in our foreign missions all over the world. This is not what Nigeria represents. And I think the most important thing is to get our foreign affairs and its institutions in order. Mr. President, I am an old university teacher. We are some of the people who laid down our reputations and our lives in the struggle for the independence and anti-apartheid movement in South Africa, Zimbabwe, Angola, Mozambique, South Africa, Southwest Africa now, Namibia. I was also a member of the Nigerian National Committee Against Apartheid. We traveled as a delegation of the federal government all over the world, including the former Soviet Union, trying to get whatever assistance we can get for the ANC, for SWAPO, for MPLA, for Frelimo in Mozambique. Mr. President, what is happening today in South Africa should not be misconstrued or seen mainly from its outside appearance. What is happening today, at the risk of being unpopular here, is a coordinated effort to destabilize that country, to remove the African National Congress from power, first from the former white minority government, with the aid of the United States of America, where former apartheid rulers have complained that they are being oppressed, forgetting the more than 100 years of oppression that they have meted to black South Africans. On the other side, there's a mobilization. Now on the black side, mainly from former President Zuma and the Inkatha, to delegitimize South African government with the support of other African countries. The position of those people who are now xenophobically attacking other Africans has a political purpose. And the purpose is to delegitimize the government, first from the right wing of the white South Africans, and now coming from the black ones. This situation could be very, very dangerous for this country if we don't recognize the alliance that is coming to destroy the ruling party in South Africa. Therefore, we should trade, as much as we don't understand, we should trade with trepidation and very careful consideration about this conspiracy that is taking place in South Africa. Mr. Chairman, as much as I endorse the sentiments that have been expressed here, I think we should think these things through very thoroughly so that appropriate action can be taken to support the government of South Africa against these countervailing forces that are trying to destroy and destabilize it. Thank you.
Well, before we go to the prayers, we need to reflect.
Senator Wasiu Sonny Eshinlokun, representing the Lagos Central. I want to thank Senator Ekpayong for bringing this matter forward, though one would have suggested, or one might think that it is it not late, but it is better late than never. I think, first and foremost, I think Nigeria and Nigerians should be the centerpiece of our foreign policy. Any harm to any Nigerian should be taken seriously. The South Africans who are engaged in this xenophobic attack forget that without Nigeria, that South Africa may not be what it is today. It is our contribution with others that free them from apartheid. And having done a lot, killing our people, destroying their businesses without prior notice, without any law, without any government, I guess that it is also going to be good if you put them on notice that all South African businesses in Nigeria may also suffer. It will not suffer the brutish attack, but we can also rationalize and use the proceeds to pay compensation to those who were displaced from South Africans. They have Econet, they have DSTV in Nigeria that are making a lot of money, MTN. So there is no point that we can nationalize them and use the proceeds to pay those who were attacked or suffer losses from their country. We cannot fold our arms and let people destroy our own people, because safety of lives and property of Nigerians, either home and abroad, is the first thing, the first contract we have with our people. So thank you very much.
The last but not the least, Senator Ahmed Abdul Ningi.
My name is Mohamed Tahir Munguno. I represent Borno North Senatorial District. I have gone through all the prayers, and the prayers in the motion are relevant, apt, and germane towards finding solutions to the recurrent xenophobic attack in South Africa that has now assumed the dimension of being a recurring decimal that occurs almost every year or in every 2 years. My contribution to this motion is that our diplomatic engagements across the world should be citizen-centered and citizen-driven in order to jealously guard and protect the lives and properties of Nigerians, wherever they may be on the surface of the earth. The interests of our citizens should be of primacy for our diplomatic engagements across the world in order to jealously guard and protect the interests of our citizens. Because even the Constitution enjoins us to protect the lives and property of the people. And that is the social contract that the people had with the government in order to surrender their rights. So against this backdrop, I urge my colleagues to support this motion. Thank you.
My name is Ojo Zokalo. I represent Abia North. Mr. President is supporting the motion ably moved by Senator Asoko Ekpenyong. South Africa used to be very close to Nigeria, and I remember all the good things we have done to that country. First, I would like to thank President Bola Tinubu through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in bringing back our citizens in South Africa. What is happening in South Africa is least expected, that upon Nigerian money, Nigerian blood, everything put into South Africa was in excess of $15 billion, and they are treating Nigerians like this. I want us also to continue playing in the path of caution by still engaging them to demand that they must look after all Nigerian assets damaged in South Africa and pay, because they are a very friendly country with Nigeria. Why must a government led by a businessman like us, who is our friend, who we used to eat on the same table, would like to destroy business? He comes to Lagos. President Ramaphosa used to come here, we stay with him, and he's allowing Nigerians to be maltreated. It is inhuman, Mr. President. And I'm sure any right-thinking Nigeria, any right-thinking person in Africa will condemn that because of the money Nigeria spent on that. But even at that, I will still ask Nigerians to deal on the path of caution. I like the way President Tinubu has been handling this matter. We are not going to go forcefully. We are going to go with a dialogue. We are going to use the international courts, international community to deal with them. Thank you, Mr. President, for allowing me to say my mind. Thank you very much.
Businesses in Nigeria, like MTN, multi-choice, etc., should be nationalized, and the proceeds/shares be used to pay Nigerians and Nigerian businesses who have suffered losses in the xenophobic attack in South Africa.
Well, you have the liberty to bring any additional prayer, but I said earlier that there's a need, in view of what Senator Abdullahi told us, that we should allow our Committee on Foreign Affairs to investigate. Nigeria is the giant of Africa. We lead in Africa. We lead, whether anybody likes it or not. We set the pace. So being the leading country in Africa, we need to lead by example. I think we need to allow that committee to investigate, look at the entire scenario, the conspiracy angle to what is happening, and once we've gotten the necessary information, well-informed facts, then we can take action in line with what you've said. So I think I'll urge you to step down this prayer until we're able to do that. I know you do.
Mr. President, based on an advice, I wish to step down the additional prayer.
Thank you. God bless you. Senator Abdul Ahmed Ningi.
The additional prayer is that the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces should be directed, coming from the affects law-making body, that if this xenophobic attack continues and the killings of Nigeria continues, he should initiate a move to sever diplomatic relationship with South Africa. I so move.
Senator Ningi, let me, in line with my earlier plea, which Senator Wasiu Sani showed understanding, I also want to plead with you. You have the liberty to bring up this additional prayer, but I want to plead with you in view of the revelation by Senator Abdullahi and the need to set up or to allow the Commission of Foreign Affairs to make further investigation, to look at the conspiracy angle to what is happening. Maybe we'll allow the Foreign Affairs to come up with a report. And if this report is not satisfactory to us, then we told the line you've taken. So I plead with you to step down the prayer.
Well, I move to step it down.
Thank you.
But let it be on record that I, Senator Abdul Ningi, has moved that diplomatic relationship must be severed, diplomatic South Africa. And it's been seconded by, let it be on the record.
Thank you.
A footnote under the...
Thank you very much. Thank you for showing understanding. Thank you very much for showing understanding. And I want to tell you that it is known to all that the government of Nigeria is doing very well through the Minister of Foreign Affairs and also the Diaspora Commission to take care of those that have been affected by this heinous act by those who are perpetrated in South Africa. So the government of Nigeria is doing very well in this regard. Senator Ningi, as an opposition senator, said Nigerian government is not doing well. That we are doing well. We are doing well. What you said is to add more, to give more attention to what is going on. But the government is doing very, very well. And I can assure you that they are always in touch with our citizens in South Africa on a daily basis. So thank you very much. And we hope the South African government will listen and try to look inwards on how to deal with this matter. Allowing talks in the name of protest to harass, steal people's, loot people's property should not be allowed. And even some people are even talking about going to the International Court of Justice to seek redress. So they should be very careful. They were the ones that went to that court, to seek redress on behalf of the Palestinians. So it is going to be something that will surprise the world if nations begin to go to ICJ to seek redress for their nationals that have been killed, maimed in South Africa. They should look inwards to solve this problem. So thank you very much, and I commend Senator Asuko for bringing forward this motion. Thank you very much.